Jean-Andoche Junot, 1st Duke of Abrantès, was a French general during the Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars. Biography. Early life. Junot was born in Bussy-le-Grand, Côte d'Or, son of Michel Junot, a farmer, and wife Marie-Antoinette Bien-Aimée, and went to school in Châtillon. He was studying law in Dijon when the French Revolution started. He joined a volunteer battalion, was twice wounded and made sergeant. He first met Napoleon Bonaparte during the siege of Toulon in 1793 when he became his secretary. Italian campaign. He distinguished himself in Italy but received a serious head wound at Lonartus, which some claim led to a permanent change in his character, reduced the quality of his judgment and made him rash and temperamental. He was made a general of brigade at the beginning of the Egyptian campaign but was injured in a duel and captured when he was returning as an invalid to France. He later participated in the coup of 18 Brumaire. He married Laure Martin de Permond, a long-time friend of the Bonapartes. In 1800, he was briefly ambassador to Portugal before hurrying back to serve under Napoleon at the Battle of Austerlitz. Peninsular War. Junot's major command was during the Peninsular War. He commanded the 1807 invasion of Portugal, setting out in November from Salamanca. His vanguard accomplished a bloodless occupation of Lisbon on the 30th of November. For this feat, he was granted the ducal victory title of Duc d'Abrantès and was made governor of Portugal. But when a British expeditionary force landed, Junot was beaten at the Battle of Vimeiro on the 21st of August 1808. He was cut off from France. Only the signing of the advantageous Convention of Sintra allowed him to avoid capture, taking however with him the weapons and baggages and pillage the army had managed to gather, an expression that later became famous in Portuguese usage. He returned to France in October, narrowly escaping a court-martial. He returned to the Iberian Peninsula in 1810 in command of the 8th Corps under Marshal André Masséna and was badly wounded. Later years. In the Russian campaign, Junot's record was erratic. He was blamed for allowing the Russian army to retreat following the Battle of Smolensk. But at the Battle of Borodino he commanded the 8th Corps competently. In 1813 he was made governor of the Illyrian provinces, but his growing mental instability led to him being returned to France. Many think he committed suicide in Montbard, but his family line extends to New Orleans and southern Louisiana, leading many to believe he faked his death and came to America. Family and relations. He had 2 daughters and 2 sons. Joséphine Junot d'Abrantès, married in November 1841 to Jacques-Louis Armet. Constance Junot d'Abrantès, married in 1829 Louis Antoine Orbit, and had issue. Louis Napoleon Andoche Junot, 2nd Duc d'Abrantès, who died unmarried and without issue. Andoche Alfred Michel Junot, 3rd Duc d'Abrantès, married firstly on the 2nd of April 1845 Marie-Céline Elise Lepic, and married secondly on the 10th of January 1853 Marie-Louise Lenny Lepic, both sisters, daughters of Joachim Lepic, 1st Baron Lepic, and wife, and Marguerite Pasquier, and had Jérôme Napoleon Andoche Junot d'Abrantès. Marguerite Louise Elizabeth Junot d'Abrantès, married in Paris, the 11th of November 1883 CE acute SARLs ARLE acute en Vicomte Arthur de la Ferrière. His official mistress during the Peninsular War was Juliana de Almeida Rioyenhuizen, daughter of Leonor de Almeida Portugal, 4th Marquise of Alorna.